Told y'all about them dudes, man. I told y'all. Them dudes, they don't watch boxing like me and you do. You understand what I mean? They don't watch it for the same reason that me and you do. I'm sure y'all heard a popular content creator propositioned another content creator for some booty hole sex because he felt that the spirits told him that. You would have thought that was some shit that I made up. La Lolese, que lo que es, Hakim, what it do, Misael, que lo que es, Santiago, ya tú sabes, niño. That's literally what he said in the video, dog. He said that the dude. You would have thought I made that shit up. Fucking, I could say Blue Blood. I ain't gonna say the other cat name because that's slanderous and libelous, so I'm gonna cover my ass. But yo, Blue Blood said, oh boy, he told him that he had got a psychic vision from Joe Louis that him and the skinny dude that's a sex offender, they needed to have butts. You don't believe me? I got the fucking audio. Que la onda, niño. The spirit from Scary. Yeah, for those, the next episode of the relay is already locked and loaded. Y'all know me. I like to keep one in the chamber for after these lives so y'all could go to sleep listening to the relay. So that's already done. Y'all ain't got to worry about that. Yo, Ray, you ain't heard what happened, bro? You didn't hear what happened? Blue Blood said that somebody who's international, he said he had a psychic vision, and what the psychic vision told him, it's not made up, bro. Like, there's a video and all that. That the psychic vision told him Blue Blood and BET, the spirits wanted them to shag each other. That's on God. That's what he said, dog. Was it? That wasn't Mirage. If it was Mirage, I would actually be surprised. But when I heard who it was, I wasn't surprised. I was not surprised because that dude is not right in the head, and we have known that for years. They're like, yo, that dude, like, he got like chemical imbalance, bro. Like, he's really not right in the head. Shout out to Chris Price. Clarissa about to announce the next heavyweight gas station employee she gonna fight next. Word up. She got mad at that what's her name? Christine named her top pound for pound women boxers or whatever, and Christine had Katie up there. And why was Clarissa Shields in her comment section right after that? Brim seen the shit. Brim was there. Brim knows. Brim seen the shit. As soon as somebody said, yeah, I got Katie at number one, first thing she want to do is start arguing. It's like, dog, you don't see how insecure it is for you to spend that much time online doing shit like that? So you gonna basically argue with everybody that says that Katie's number one? You never gonna see Katie doing shit like that. You're not gonna see Amanda doing shit like that. Amanda said, yo, y'all put us wherever y'all want to put us, dog. That's on y'all. How y'all feel. You only gonna see Clarissa doing, yeah, I'm number one. I'm the gwat. I be gwatting. I'm the gwat. You know what I mean? Back to the butt sex. Blue Blood said, a popular content creator who was also a very big Deontay Wilder fan, very big PBC fan. That should narrow it down for y'all. He's a very big Wilder fan, very big Errol Spence fan, PBC fan. This guy had a vision quest. He had an epiphany. And what the spirit of Customato told him to do was, yo, you gotta go have You gotta go punch blue blood in his brown eye. Yo, I didn't make it up either, bro. Nah, yo, Ray, it's the older cat. It's the older cat. Look like Mr. Clean. Come on, guys. It's the older cat, bro. Nah, it wasn't that dude, Misael. No fue él. Somebody said it, not me. Somebody said it. It wasn't me. They're basically like, let me get the fucking audio. Let me let me get the fucking audio. Hold up. Where is that shit? I'm about to get the audio in case y'all think I'm making this shit up for shits and giggles.
Your thing. Let me tell y'all why he really got mad. And this is why I said, I can't entertain this dude. Do you know why he really got mad? He said that the universe told him that he needed to physically connect with me and BFTB boxing. That's his mission. Paraphrasing. Let me say it to y'all again. He wants to lay down with me and BFTB boxing. Hey, bro. Now you got to stay over there. Try to give you a pass for everything else. Now you got to stay over there. I can't rock with you, brother. Don't know what you got going on in your life.
Oh, shit.
Junior says, say, man, y'all be cool.
Yo, B. I'm not making it up, dog. I've seen the shit how y'all seen the shit. That's crazy, bro. That is crazy work, bro. Yo, could you imagine getting a phone call like that, dog? I just had a vision. Misael. I just got a spirit quest. Yo, that shit is crazy, bro. Pero es que, tú sabes lo que es con esa gente. Ellos les gusta estar alrededor of everybody que es normal, of the normal cats, right? Because they on some secret squirrel type shit. Tú no ves? He had a spirit quest, huh, King? He had like a that's so Raven. It's a vision you can see. It's so mysterious to me. He had one of them. He had a vision of Blue Blood's brown. It's so mysterious to me. That shit is crazy, bro. You gotta watch them dudes, man. I told y'all thought I was, when I said that shit 5 years ago, that I'm like, look, man, normal motherfuckers don't act that way over no fighter. I don't care what you say. Normal, regular cats don't get all like that. These dudes acting like they the girlfriend. You better not talk about Deontay. Them dudes is zesty as a crouton, bro. Them dudes is $1,000 zesty dressing, bro. Zesty blend with all the S's. Who told y'all that first? I told y'all that. I'm taking all the credit. I said, yo, some of them dudes, man. Some of them dudes, they not really here for boxing, bro. Some of them dudes, they on some other kind of time. I said that shit. I've been saying that shit. If you get to a point where you acting like that over a boxer, homie, something tell me it's not really the boxing that got you bent out of shape. Whether it's the dude that like to look at leg tattoos or this crazy ass motherfucker. Oh shit, what's good, Herb? So in case y'all not aware, you know what I'm saying? That's what's going on right now. And we got some other shit we gonna talk about tonight besides that. But I had to lead with that because I've been laughing at that shit for 24 hours, bro. I've been laughing at that shit for a minute. Like, and I said that, like, yo, a lot of these dudes, man, the way they behave over these guys, over these boxers, y'all see me, right? I'm a fan of Canelo, I'm a fan of Crawford. And because I'm a fan of both, I ain't gonna act like, oh, you better not. Like, what? Like, nah, may the best man win. The fuck? May the best man win. I don't know who going. I don't know. I don't have a rooting interest in either because I'm a fan of both. So may the best man win. But you see guys and that sass come out, them finger snaps and all that neck movement. You better like, oh shit, here we go. Culero. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all, man, this cats, they ain't here for boxing. They are not here for boxing. I know boxing ego. Yeah, he is, bro. Like, you could tell. Don't invite him to no Illuminati meetings, bro. He gonna take his trousers off for everybody before they even ask him to do anything. You know what I'm saying? Santos made us listen to this. He is zestfully. You're not fully clean unless you're zestfully. Yo, is Zest still around? That soap? I ain't seen that soap in a minute. You're not fully clean unless you're zestfully clean. There used to be mad different soaps. Irish Springs, Dove. I still see Dove. You can't get away from Dove soap, dog. That shit is everywhere, dog. But I remember it used to be mad different soaps. Zest. You're not fully clean unless you're zestfully clean. Yeah. I gotta help my daughter. I'll be right back. I told y'all about them dudes, man. Them dudes is pork chop. What it do? Go ahead, pork chop. It's show time.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yo. You heard about the sex scandal?
No. You know I don't get into that freaky stuff, man.
Could you imagine if somebody that you know, they hit you up and said that, yo, that the spirit told them?
I think that person wouldn't be my friend in the first place.
Yo, that shit is and the shit is like, it's the shit I be saying that, like, yo, them cats, they like to be around motherfuckers so that on the humble they could try some freak shit. Like, you think that dude hanging around all them men for some boxing? Nah, homie, that's not what that is. I am not surprised.
My mic sound good?
Yeah, your mic is good, yo.
All right.
Speaking of pork chops, I bought some earlier today. I bought some pork chops. I can't live without them shits. But yeah, man, I fucking said that shit, dog. That, like, yeah, you could love boxing. You feel me? You could be a fan of a fighter. You see that shit. But it was always something about some cats. I look at them like, nah, this is not boxing, bro. This is not boxing. I was a big Roy Jones fan, but I wasn't acting like how y'all motherfuckers be acting. And I was a big Roy Jones fan. You know what I'm saying? I was a Floyd fan, but I wasn't acting like that. Like, you're like, nah, y'all motherfuckers pussy all pulsating over Wilder and shit. I see what it is. I've been seeing what the fuck it was. You know what I'm saying? I knew what it was. Like, yeah, this shit ain't normal. You giving off girl energy. But you know. So earlier today, what we are going to talk about tonight is earlier today it was announced that ESPN, in a big move, by the way, it's a huge move, and I was shocked. Hey, get out of here. It's a big move. They acquired the NFL and the WWE.
What the fuck?
Yes, bro. They got
And
all of that.
absorbing Hulu as well.
What the?
And this is the same ESPN that did not want to put up the money for UFC or F1 racing or MLB, right? They didn't want to put up the money for Top Rank. All of a sudden, they got money for NFL and the WWE. And we're going to assume, because we know who the WWE is with. That's basically Nick Khan, Turkey LL Sheik, TK. That is. So we're going to assume that TKO boxing is probably going to land on ESPN. It's probably going to land on there because remember, it's all under the same umbrella, the WWE, the UFC, TKO, all the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Real Talk. Someone finger got caught in Tank's cookie jar. Nah, somebody, I ain't going to say no names because I ain't trying to get hit with slander, but let's just say a well-known content creator with a chemical imbalance was trying to inspect his brown eye. That's what's going on.
Are we getting everything for like one subscription, or is
that's what they saying? It's gonna go to $29.99. Like, I don't know where it is now because I don't check. You know what I mean? And I might cancel that shit. Low key, that's 30 yams a month, bro. I don't watch WWE. Nothing against it, but I don't watch that shit, so that shit don't represent nothing for me. But the story is that the app cost is gonna go up to $30 a month. Right? $30 a month. I don't know where it's at now. I gotta check my shit. And no additional cost. You supposed to be getting all of that just like that. Now, for if you big on NFL, then yeah, that's value for money. And if you big on WWE, then that's value for money. But because we focus on boxing, it's like, is TKO boxing enough for you to keep that app at $30?
Hell no.
For me, yes, because I watch football too. So football and basketball.
No. That's what I mean. That if you had ESPN Plus just for the boxing, should you keep it? Because ESPN, like the TKO shit, I'm not even shitting on it or nothing, right? But that shit is gonna be JV League, bro. That's what that's gonna be. That's not gonna be the Virgil Ortiz, the Boots. That's not what that's gonna be. It might be some good fights on there. Hey, get out the kitchen. Fuck. It might be some good fights on there. I'm not saying they can't do good fights, but you got to understand that it's going to be a tier below what you're used to. It's not gonna be Virgil Ortiz, Boots, Crawford. It ain't gonna be that. So are you gonna pay $30 to see that? You know, like, and unless you watch WWE or the NFL. Because other than that, I'm not like, I ain't about to give y'all more than I'm giving HBO Max to watch Liam Walsh fights, bro. Callum Walsh or whatever the fuck his name is, bro. Suck my dick. I ain't doing that. Shout out to Frontline Migo. It's sad how some of these grown men are in love with Tank. Bro, I told y'all they don't like boxing. They just want to fuck that guy. I told y'all that.
Wasn't there a rumor that Netflix was gonna get WWE?
Yeah, but it looks
They
like
got WWE.
They do have it, yeah, because it pops up on my shit. But apparently, it's split between them and ESPN. Because you could go to ESPN shit right now. It's all over there, bro. They getting that shit too.
Well, see what it is
Wow.
the WWE has PLEs. They basically the new version of pay-per-views. The PLEs are on Peacock. So I'm assuming Peacock getting cut out the deal and the PLEs, aka the pay-per-views, are coming to ESPN.
And you know, with that they get which the biggest game changer, I would say, like, one, you know, anything WWE, especially in 2025, you basically printing money because that shit makes money. Like, it don't gotta be my cup of tea, but it's way bigger now than it was when I was a kid. You know, like, it's way bigger now. Like, they draw way bigger crowds. They're international now too. They weren't always international. They're international, like really international now. They got fans all over the world. So anything WWE, you're basically printing money. And the NFL, forget it. Like NFL at this point is more America's pastime than baseball, I would say. I'm pretty sure that the NFL brings in bigger ratings than Major League Baseball because and ESPN let that go. They let the MLB go. Like, that was a part of the things they lost. The F1 racing, the MLB, UFC, and obviously Top Rank Boxing. So that will be enough. Like, I could see with just those two things, ESPN has been in a rut. It's not really their fault. That's what I've been trying to remind people, that it's not really their fault. It's that the game is changing. People don't get cable anymore. And ESPN, they used to get a piece. Anybody goes in, gets a basic cable package with ESPN, they was getting a piece of that money. And that money fortified their budget to be able to get different sports rights and all the shit. Well, ever since people stopped getting basic cable packages, I don't even know nobody that has basic cable
I
anymore.
was just about to say that. I don't know anybody with basic cable.
I don't know anybody that, and it's been that way. Like, I've been talking about it in passing. If you've been with the channel long enough, I've been talking about it for 5 years that, yeah, more and more of Americans are cutting the cord. Nobody, you get a basic cable package and you get a bunch of channels. You don't even watch most of them shits. And you paying whatever you paying, where now you could subscribe to just the shit that you watch. Maybe you just watch HBO. Maybe you just watch Paramount. Maybe you just watch Netflix, right? It's very specific now. So that was hurting ESPN, that people are not getting cable as much as they used to. Their budget was getting smaller and smaller because they missing out on that money. And it looked like Disney came in because, you know, Disney owns ESPN. The money for all of this came from Disney because ESPN didn't have it on their own.
The other thing that the cable was doing that I didn't like, though, too, was that you get your basic package, and it's like $60, right, or about there. And then if you wanted to get like any of the channels you wanted to upgrade to the next level, you had to jump all the way up to $100.
Yes, sir. You have to pay it.
And it's like, why the fuck do I want to do that just for a channel or two when I don't watch? Like you were saying, you know, you don't watch the rest of this shit. I got all these channels I don't want, and the ones I want, they want to charge me up the ass so I can get them. Fuck
exactly. That. And the user experience, it's like, it was good. In a way it's good, but in a way it's not. Like, just like anything else, there are pros and cons. So now you don't need a cable package for HBO. No, you don't. But you don't get spillover either. Because one of the advantages of cable packages for things like boxing is you could catch strays, you know? Somebody clicking through the channels, maybe they don't watch boxing all the time, but they click into the channels and they bump into a boxing match. Like, oh, well, this looks okay. I'll watch this bullshit. You know what I mean? You get a broader base to advertise something to. That's a disadvantage on apps. If you on HBO, all they can advertise to you is other HBO shit. You know what I mean? Like, because you in a bubble, basically. If you on Paramount, well, all they can advertise to you is other Paramount shit. You know, you don't get that spillover like you got before. So that's the disadvantage. It's good that you get to save money. Like, bro, I don't watch MTV, bro. I don't watch VH1. I don't watch the Cooking Network. You see what I mean? So you get to save money because, I just got my HBO. I'm good. I don't need all that other shit. But who got the radio on? That's Edgar Moreno with the radio on. He want to let us know that he listening to the Weather Channel. It's good that you get to save money, but that's a part of why boxing is getting smaller, especially here. Like, you could see it. Like, I know for a fact, Top Rank not doing nothing this month. PBC not doing nothing this month. They not doing nothing next month neither. And they might do a show. I know the PBC might do a show either the 15th or the 25th, because the emails is going out that they might do a show. But I personally, I'm not a fan of their shows. You see what I mean?
See,
like,
that was another way they'd get you too. Like, you'd have a show, but it wouldn't be on the regular channel. It would be on the high def channel of that same channel.
Yeah, because they trying to siphon. You know what the game is? They trying to siphon money out of you. They always trying to get a little extra out of you. Like, you got to get the high def channel to see the nipples. We're gonna blur out the nipples, you know. So
that's
you gotta get
bullshit, man.
See, now I'm fully behind streaming illegally because it's the same shit that I said about the Zone. Like, you can't charge me $30 a month. On top of that, expect for me to buy the pay-per-views. Like, fuck out of here.
The other thing is that, you know, the separate conversation before I get to it, Mr. Calderon said Dana succeeds in MMA because he's not a real competitor, because he doesn't have a real competitor. Imagine him trying to lowball Canelo and AJ and these fighters not doing a pay-per-view. Yeah, like that's why I didn't, you know, that I was one of the only channels, if not the only channel, I didn't overreact when I heard that TKO shit, because I already knew it's guys, you ain't gonna really be able to get them over there. Like, they're not gonna fight for that. It's good for guys like Sergey Boachuk. It's good for guys like Israel Madrimov. That's who it's good for. Guys like that. They're Yanabek. Exactly. Like, it's good for guys like that people don't really want to fight them. They don't really want to fight them. So this affords them a chance to fight with some regularity and make money. But even that, and I said this, even that, all this money they throwing at this thing, and it could still fail. You know why? Because people don't know that shit. They don't know that shit. There's some good fights on Pro Box, but people don't watch them because they don't know them guys. They don't know them guys. Like, who the fuck is them guys? I don't know who the fuck that is. Branding is important. So they could advertise it to the WWE, advertise it on the UFC. You could do all that. Boxing fans are very, very, very picky eaters. And just because you doing, you know, you got a big budget and all that, Brody, somebody said it wasn't me, that's basically Pro Box on steroids, or UFC Fight Pass on steroids. Like, yeah, kind of. You know, shout out to motherfucking Mr. T. Poor Blue Blood has to sleep with a chastity belt because unstable tanker tickler got a mission from God to You can't make this shit. No, you can't. No, you cannot. Motherfucker said he got a vision from God. He like Joan of Arc.
I got a question.
He saw a dildo in the sky, and he had a vision that he got shag him in the ass. Go ahead, Gooch.
Okay, so Dana and, you know, this whole TKO thing, they're in it to win. So how can they? They must see some type of path to taking over, don't you think?
Yes, I see what they see. They see two things. Brand power, the brand power of UFC in tandem with the brand power of WWE to help advertise this. They see that, and they see the void in the American boxing scene left behind by the absence of PBC and the absence of Top Rank, that if you were going to come in Now is a very opportune time because two of the bigger established outfits are very weak right now. But even with that, I'm telling you, even with that, it does not guarantee success. Do you know why? Because you're creating a bubble. If there's a guy at TKO and he's actually decent, people like to watch him fight, you know what they're going to start asking? Can he go fight WBC champion? Can he go fight the WBA champion? And there is your fucking problem. You're going to, no, because he fights for the TKO belt or the whatever situation they have. Everything they've been doing is to be able to create this biosphere legally. And in a best case scenario, because we're already getting ahead of ourselves. This is a best case scenario where you actually have a fighter that people care about. In a best case scenario, you're going to hit a wall, and the wall's going to be that people want what they want. They don't care about the brands. They don't care about the sides of the street. They want what they want. And if you got a halfway decent welterweight, what are they going to say? Well, we would like to see him fight Brian Norman. Well, Brian Norman's over there. He's got the BO. Y'all don't work with the BO. Y'all don't deal with top, right? You see what the problem is. Their game is going to be trying to acclimatize Americans. Personally, I don't see it working. You're trying to acclimatize Americans to look at boxing through a very small keyhole when boxing is a global sport now. It's more global than it's ever been. And your boxing, it's like tucked away in a corner, and it's an isolated environment. That is what hurt boxing. That's what I don't personally. I wouldn't do this because what you're doing is basically what hurt boxing. You're trying to make a self-sustaining environment where you don't have to branch out and work with other promoters. Yeah, that's what the PBC did. That's been the problem in the American boxing space for the last 10 years, that they're not working with each other enough. Now you go ahead and you throw money at this thing, and at the very most, you're going to have a stable of unfamiliar faces that we don't know as boxing fans, right? We don't know these guys like that. Maybe we do, but we're not fans of them like that. You're going to have a whole stable of unfamiliar faces, and you're going to try to market them and get people to watch this. Personally, I'm not rooting for them to fail, but it's very hard to see them succeed because boxing fans are particular. They are.
I agree, and I agree, and I think it's even tougher now because boxing has grown so much in Australia and Europe and Japan. So that's why I'm just wondering, what the hell do they see? Because I don't see a path to success.
They believe that through brand power, they can advertise. They believe basically, well, we have a huge megaphone. That's one. Money is not a problem. That's two. And the market, at least the American one, the market is weak right now. So we have an entry point to merge into this lane. That is what they see. But long term, and I'm not trying to pretend that I'm smarter than they are. I'm not going to tell you that I'm smarter than they are, because if I were, I would be as rich as them. So it's not that. It's that I'm the guy you're trying to sell this to. And I know more about that than you do. I'm the customer.
See, I was for the league at first, but I'm kind of starting to pivot because I think Turkey done got a whole lot better with his ring cards.
Got you right now, Pork Chop. Go ahead, Pork Chop.
Well, I said I kind of done pivoted away from the idea of having a league too, because I think Turkey just done got better with his ring cards, and he talking about finding unknown prospects and all that. So I think we should just stick to that, you know.
Shout out to George. Fantasy exhibition. Billy Joe. Come on, dog. What are you talking about? Billy Joe Saunders versus Wilder. Fantasy fight. Carlos Monzon versus James Toney at 160. At that weight, I would go Monzon. At that weight, I would go Monzon. I'm not against the league because there's still a void. That's the thing. Is there room for this to exist? Yes, there is room for it to exist because what's going on with Top Rank, and I can't stress this enough, what's going on with Top Rank and PBC, that was going to happen anyway, whether Turkey was here or not, whether TKO was here or not, that was going to happen anyway. That void was always going to be there. And we don't know that anybody else could really step up and fill that void. So that's where I'm okay with the TKO. I'll look at it. I'll try it. I'll see if I like it. And I'll fuck with it if I like it. But off top, I already don't like that. They're like, if TKO lands on ESPN Plus, what me and you are looking at is $30 a month. That's what we're looking at. That's more than the zone, bro. So unless you there for the NFL also, unless you also there for the WWE, Brody, that's a lot. That's 30 yams a month.
They got basketball too.
I'll be honest, Brody. All I watch is boxing and pornography.
Same.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm almost positive that it won't last on Netflix because they gonna be trying for the longest to match whatever Crawford and Canelo do, and I don't think they ever gonna meet that standard if he got a bunch of unknown fighters. So I feel like TKO gonna end up on ESPN too.
They promised what they promised. A part of the promise is, they're gonna do several small shows, and they will do. I think they said 2 big ones on the scale of a Canelo Crawford. That was the promise they made. Now, these are not fighters that are going to be signed to TKO per se. They're going to throw a lot of money at them. Like how Turkey be throwing money at shit, they're going to throw a lot of money at them. I already see a problem with that. Because one thing you're doing that you don't realize that I do that shows me that you're new to this industry is you're spoiling us. You are.
Thanks.
You got David Benavidez and Anthony Yard on the same card, and you giving us a BAM unification match. I'm not mad. I'm not complaining, but I know that you spoiling us. How do I know? The calendar's dry. You got a lot of guys that normally headline their own shows, and these shows are spread apart throughout the calendar year. We getting a bunch of that in one show in November.
Yeah,
that's what Better Beef confirmed. His fight confirmed.
That's confirmed. That is
and
confirmed.
We got Better Beef opening up the card. That's crazy.
That's what I said. Go ahead, bro.
No. Go ahead, Undefeated.
Oh, that's what I was saying last time. Like, I don't want to seem ungrateful, but it's all the November super card. Those are all main event fights, which is a beautiful card. But look at us now, bro. Dry as a virgin.
And the other thing is that there's a limit. There's only so many fighters in the sport of boxing that are relevant. And I could tell he's a kid in a candy store because I've been saying this and I know he's listening because I know Dougie is listening. I know that for a fact. I've been telling you, instead of focusing on these guys that's already built, do a tournament. Pick 2 divisions in the sport of boxing that need consolidation and do a tournament. You could fill a calendar with that tournament. You have way more money than Kale and Nisei Sauerland did when they did the World Boxing Super Series. You have way more money than they did. You could easily finance a tournament at 126, at 130, at 140. Easily.
54.
Easily.
54. Didn't yesterday fucking Bakram said that he tagged Lubin like nobody wants to.
Yo dije esa vaina the day before que nadie quiere esa pelea. No, bro, I don't even mind that fight, but I'm saying it's not a bad fight, but it's like this is what I'm talking about. I don't even know if the PBC still fuck with Lubin. I'm not saying they don't. I'm saying I don't know why. His last fight wasn't on PBC.
If he was on ProBox. If he was on ProBox, probably not.
And PBC only fuck with Bakram to the extent that they was paying him to step aside. That's the only, because they knew, he's the mandatory. They put him on the non-televised portions of shows. So that off top tell you they didn't really fuck with him like that. They ain't really fuck with him like that. So do they even fuck with these guys? And even if they do, well, do you have the money? I gotta go tell my son to shut the hell up. I'll be right back.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you this much: if Lubin does fight Bakram, he gets destroyed. Bakram's gonna put him in the next century.
Well, Lubin's got age on him. Lubin's got miles on him.
That's an interesting fight. Like, I don't know why they don't want it. Like, I mean,
no, because of what Country just said. Bakram will beat the shit out of him.
I mean, I still want to see it though.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm good. Listen, bro, I love scraps and good brawls, but like when someone you know is gonna most likely get beat up, at that point, it's not interesting to me.
It's
Dude, I was watching Fundura and Lubin the other day. I just happened to run across a video of their fight on YouTube, and Lubin got destroyed then. And I think it would be worse now if he fights Backrub, man, for real.
Right, because he's got damage and
Fundura
miles
wasn't
on him.
that good like he is as he is now.
but that'll be like a good undercard fight. Make it like the third undercard fight. Like I would definitely watch it, but not on main event. Nah.
I mean, if they put it on next Saturday, or this Saturday, they had it scheduled for this Saturday. We ain't got nothing this Saturday, so
I
if they
would.
put it on this Saturday, I'll be cool with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's what I'm saying. Like we got a lot of fights.
Put it on Pro Box.
Perfect, man. Pro Box would have been shit.
Pro Box don't want to pay for it.
Man, I felt like either dropping like Pro Box or maybe like one of the British boxing companies a freaking email and begging them to put some fights on this month.
Yeah, the reason why I ain't complaining too much is we had a pretty good schedule in July. September gonna be pretty decent. I don't know what October gonna look like, but yeah. So August being like this, I'm not too hung up on it. Football's coming back anyway, so.
Yeah, I think that was the whole plan of Turkey coming in here. Like, hey, let's get everybody hyped up on these cards, and then for free, well, not for free, for a decent price, cheaper than pay-per-view, and then we're gonna move it to ESPN for $30 a month. Like, nah, I'm good, bro.
Yeah, that's if you just watch boxing, that's insane.
Dude, I can't even justify paying 11 or 12 a month for it now. I mean, how the hell did they expect you to justify 30 a month?
Why they don't put on?
Boxing? No, man.
Yeah, like put it all on the zone. Like I don't understand why Top Rank won't go to the zone.
Netflix is the fucking key, boys. Netflix is the key because everybody got that shit. If they somehow strike a deal to like put that shit on Netflix and sort of do it like a WWE thing where they fucking do like cards every month, that's the only way they're gonna get more and more eyes on it and build fighters up.
Yeah, just even the zone. Like I don't want to try to.
But not everyone, not everyone has the zone. Everybody has Netflix. That's what I'm saying. Like Netflix is the key. Like a Netflix or even an Amazon Prime, those two are the key players where they can build from there.
But I'm saying like the zone, like they charge you for like cricket and racing and rugby. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like that's why most people don't have that because
we need
not that many people want to see that other shit.
Yeah, but that's kind of the concern with Netflix is that if they do and more people jump on, are they going to raise their prices too?
Well, I mean,
that price going
that
up
would be dumb. That would be dumb on Netflix's point. Netflix would have to be like willing to be the bankroll. Be like, well, let's try this. We'll split the pie 50-50 till shit changes or you see stuff growing. Then we renegotiate how we're gonna split up the money between us. But just give us the entry so that your platform can get more people and we get more eyes on our shit.
The fucking Itama fight is a pay-per-view. Like, man, get the.
That's what I'm saying. Like, some of this shit is not worth it.
Like, man, in the UK, I understand. It's like I don't know how much it is, but he's fight, which is a good fight. Don't get me wrong; it's interesting, but it's not pay-per-view.
We already know what's going to happen. I mean, I doubt that. I think Itama's going to knock out Dillian White, man. I think he's going.
Yeah, but that should not be a pay-per-view. Like, I'm not gonna say I know what's gonna happen because country, it's those fights where we're fucking sure. We fucking know. Oh, fucking. It's those fights where nope, you didn't know. You know what I mean? Like, who the fuck thought Rolly? Who the fuck thought Rolly was gonna fucking beat Ryan? Who thought that shit?
Nobody.
It beat them fights where we fucking knew, man. Come on, everybody. I guess we didn't. So I like that fight, but commercially, business wise, I don't understand. Like, how you gonna charge us $50 for that
in America?
That's what we're saying, man. We don't want to pay for it. We're like, fuck that.
And you know my dumbass is going to.
Here come
Here come
Ignacio with the reverb. You know what I mean? The other thing I was saying about this TKO shit, that the fundamental problem with doing these supersized cards that are stacked is there's only so many super fights to go around. There are only so many big name fights that you can make. There honestly are. Like, outside of these, what else do you want to see? And you're not building. Inoue was built not in Japan. He was built on the World Boxing Super Series. Usyk was built not in Ukraine. He was built on the World Boxing Super Series. That's what launched their careers, was that tournament. So do that for the light flyweights, for the flyweights. Do it for the super fly. Well, you're doing it so good, but we need more of that. We need new stars, because Crawford is 37 going on 38. Canelo's in his mid-30s. Usyk is on his way out. Fury is, if he's not out already, he's on his way out. He keep playing, but he ain't gonna be here long. Either way, we need new guys, and I don't see a lot of new guys. The new guys that's supposed to be the new guys, they kind of stagnant. What's gonna happen with Keyshawn? What's gonna happen? What is gonna happen?
That's in the promoters. That's that. Like, how much do we put on Turkey though? Turkey's putting on cards. Where's Eddie Hearn? Where's Oscar? Like,
I give you that.
Oscar put on a show last week, but I mean, we got 4 champions at 140. Why ain't nobody trying to put the fights together? We trying to get Dalton Smith. I mean, granted, I like Dalton Smith. He's a good fighter, but where's Gary Antoine Russell?
I agree with that.
I think Turkey was right about boxing in America. I think we need that next great heavyweight.
We do, but we don't have the gene pool for it. It's not that we don't need it, or that it's not a question of him being right or wrong. It's that the bodies are not there. I like Richard Torres. I like Richard Torres, but I don't see an undisputed champion. He might win a belt. But
I don't see him unifying either.
But like, I could see him getting one belt. That I could see, like, he might get one belt. But if he run into that big Uzbek again, it's the same thing gonna happen.
Going to sleep, like
going to sleep, bro. It happened before. It could happen again.
Julius, I would like to make a small commentary. I don't think it's a thing about Gene. You have the talent. You have the talent in America. You have the guys. But it's like everything else in America. Being a boxer is basically like working in the mines. It's dangerous. You can get hurt. And you Americans, you are not into that anymore. You are in the industry service. You are in software. You are in high value added products. You are into basketball. You are into baseball.
Pero Leo, ese es el punto. Eso es lo que yo dije. Eso es lo que yo dije.
And require less risk.
Why would a guy 6'2", 6'3", 2 and change or 3 and change? Why would he? Now you could get concussions playing in the NFL, by the way, but you get more money for it, is what I'm saying. You get more money for it. We're not producing world-class heavyweights because the American big man is playing other sports. He's playing football. Right. He's playing basketball. And he's getting more money for doing it, is the main thing. That
more guaranteed money.
You make more money guaranteed, not even being the best linebacker or not even being on the best team. You get more than you would trying for boxing. What you know in boxing is you're gonna get hurt at some point. You are. It's a fact. You are. It's with an absolute certitude. You're gonna get hurt. You are. So
and team sports are different because even if you fucked up, it's not gonna be everything on you. In boxing, it's everything on you. If you lose by yourself. Yeah. If you lose as an American football player, the team loses. Maybe you are gonna get a bad review. You're gonna get a slap on the wrist, but you can eat. As an NFL player, as a basketball, you can eat. Boxing is not. It's not for everyone, and I don't think Americans are really up for that anymore.
The
Not in
gene pool, the gene pool for the American boxer is really limited to the American small man because we're not strong. It's not just heavyweight. We don't have a lot going on at cruiser. We don't have a lot going on at light heavy. We don't. So the guys, the kind of fighters that America is producing is the small man. So you're talking about the guy that falls somewhere in between 130 and 147, maybe 154, and after that gets really thin after that. Because who's the best American at 160?
Damn.
Amber Williams.
Yeah, that's
God.
right.
So you got a lot of skinny guys. They're mad. They can't get the girls. You know, maybe I can make it in boxing. I could get laid that way. You know, but boxing has graduated. In a way, it's good, and in a way, it's not good for the Americans, but it's good for the sport. Because if boxing had it all riding on America, boxing would be dead right now. If it were, think about it. If it were all riding on the United States and the talent pool that it produces, then yeah, it'd be dead right now. The reason it's not is because you have athletes from all over the world now that are coming into the sport. Yeah, some of them are Japanese. They're really fucking small. They only eat one roll of sushi the whole fucking week and they're done. They got a stomach this fucking big. That's enough, you know? So you got that. You got Joe chicks from all over the fucking world because that's what the fuck the heavyweight division is. It's basically a bunch of Joe chicks, you know? So it's good that it's international for the overall health of the sport, but for America, it is kind of sad because we used to produce the greatest heavyweights in the world. It was us and nobody. Everybody was a distant second. The whole world. It's not like that anymore, you know? I personally think we need to make a new drug because hard times breed hard men. So we need like a new form of crack to fill the streets with, you know? That's what we gotta do.
We got fentanyl, bro.
Nah, fentanyl too lethal. Too many guys are dying, you know?
That's true.
Too many guys are dying, bro. Like literally a guy at my job, I found a dead body there at my old job. He OD'd on fentanyl. They tried for 30 minutes to resuscitate that fucking guy. It don't
even take much.
I heard it take a couple of grams. You're out of here, dog.
So be honest, who got caught trying to play with Tank's ass?
It wasn't Tank. I said, what the fuck you think about Tank's butthole? It wasn't Tank. It's somebody, a content creator, a popular one, a very popular content creator. He propositioned another popular content creator because, and this is not made up, he said he had a vision. And what the spirit told him is that he need to play in his brown eye.
Okay, but what he actually said. What he actually said.
Okay, let me let me play it again. No, because they didn't.
They must have been. They must have been listening to Jules and his fucking gay talks.
You think I'm making this up? All right, I got you. I got you right now.
He's gonna play some moans and shit.
Let me tell y'all why he really got mad. And this is why I said, I can't entertain this dude. Do you know why he really got mad? He said that the universe told him
Bruh.
He's struggling to say it.
That he needed to physically connect with me and BFTB boxing.
What the fuck?
Wow.
It's not done. It's not done.
Let me say it to y'all again. He wants to lay down with me and BFTB boxing. Hey, bro.
What the fuck?
Damn.
Now you got to stay over there.
Hey, bro, shoot, bro.
I'm trying to give you a pass for everything else.
Shoot they shot, bro.
You do miss 100% of the shots you don't take, man.
Hey, bro.
Jules, I know you're not gonna say no names, but would this happen to be a guy who admires someone's tattoos?
No, you would have thought it was him.
I thought it was him.
No, he's in Seattle.
El abogado.
He's the one that broke the Tank deal, the $500 million. That shit.
Yeah, he trying to get him some butt pussy.
Wow.
Bro, you could have put this in a relay and could have put in fucking gay porn sounds.
No, you know why I didn't put it in? Because that dude is a lawyer.
Yeah.
Pause. I'm not no names. I'm just laughing. I ain't talking about nobody. That dude is a lawyer. You're not gonna get me all caught up with your sex visions. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, don't mess around with Johnny Cochran.
The register spectacle.
I'm gonna end up in some shit because you had a sex vision.
Because that dude a fucking sex freak.
Fuck, is Johnny Cochran?
So freaky ass.
Johnny Cochran.
Yeah, that's what I called him. If the dick don't fit, you must have quit.
And I've been saying that, like, look, you can see that, like, what you like about Wilder don't got a whole lot to do with his boxing, bro. I fucking
it was the
see
twerking
you,
that did it, man. It was the twerking that did it.
You know what I'm saying? So
you want to get down.
Yeah.
You think maybe it was the leggings?
It could have been the leggings. It could have been the jeggings, but yeah, like and look, motherfuckers is weird. Like I've been like motherfucker. Look, I've been watching boxing. When was Ignacio? When was Chavez Camacho? What year was
that? Was in 91.
Okay, no, then yeah, I've been watching.
No, sorry, 92. Somebody said it. 92.
I've been watching boxing longer than that. So how many years is that though? Let's call it 89.
33.
I've been watching boxing for 33, maybe 34 years. And I noticed the difference that like motherfuckers sat around talking about Floyd and Manny. We talking about a fight. You see what I mean? We're not talking about Floyd dick. We're not talking about Floyd's toilet.
Bro, you've been watching boxing since before my father was pubescent.
On God, like
you're fucking old, B.
I'm fucking old. And I noticed the shift. The homosexuality finding its way into this shit, I'm gonna say 15 years ago. Because the conversation started to get weird. You see Floyd, they're like motherfuckers liking Floyd too much. And Floyd like bitches. Like Floyd like bitches.
Right.
But you could start seeing that like, yo, y'all motherfuckers like Floyd a little bit too much. You see that? Like,
see, I didn't believe it until I seen Ego make that list about Tank.
I've been saying, like that's this shit not normal. This shit with Tank is not normal, dog. Like if you a fan of boxing,
because Tank in the closet himself.
If you a fan of a fighter, even if you a fanatic of a fighter, right? You still want to see him fight because you a fan of a fighter. You see what I'm like? Yeah, you a fan of the fighter. Y'all don't even want him. You don't want him in no like. You better leave my Tank alone. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Polo
zesty ass man, bro.
Who remember in Living Color? Two.
Oh yeah,
it was
the
David
fucking
Allen
men on film.
And a twist.
It is kind of strange how they hate a guy
with the little bowler hat to the side.
Yeah, twist. It's that shit, and I'm like, look, man, and the shit is the other thing is you can watch boxing, however you want to watch boxing for whatever reason you watch boxing, because like I watch some TV shows just for the titties. You know what I'm saying? I might look at a Euphoria episode just for Sydney Sweetie's titties, right? So if you're watching boxing for the penis, that's that's
horrible,
right?
Because honestly, like personally, as a kid, I watched the series Species because of the titties, yo.
Yeah, like there was an old BBC thing about Maul Flanders, right? Maul Flanders.
I've been on that website.
I watched that shit just to watch her get fucked by that old man. That threw 2 hours of that shit just to watch her get fucked by that old man. So good, right? So, I know what you got going on. You watching boxing for the penis. I'm just saying that when we talking about boxing, you can't talk to us because we not watching this shit for the same reason. You like, what are we gonna talk about, dog? How much you want to lick Tank's back? You want to touch the small of his back?
He wants to lick his taint.
We don't got nothing to talk about. But
Tank's taint.
The shit is weird. But just back to the TKO thing. I don't want to seem ungrateful for the effort that Turkey has put into the sport and the money that he's put into the sport. Because if not for some of the things he's doing, we literally would have nothing to watch right now.
We would never have gotten Usyk Fury.
Yes.
I can't stress this enough that what's going on with Top Rank, that was always going to happen. What's going on with PBC, that was always going to happen. That don't got nothing to do with Turkey.
No, yeah, because contracts end.
Contracts expire. So the fact that he's given us something to watch, something to look forward to, like the best card of the month is basically one that he's paying for, is the Italma fucking
White.
Italman White. So I appreciate that, but they need to go in his ear and they need to tell him, you need to build also. One thing that's great about the tournament format, and I said this already, y'all wasn't here, is Inoue was built in the World Boxing Super Series. Yeah, he was fighting. He was a 3-weight world champion before that. Nobody really cared, though. Nobody, like before the Jamie McDonald fight, where he won the WBA regular title, nobody cared about him. And he was already a 2 going on a 3-weight world champion, but nobody gave a shit. They don't start giving a shit until the World Boxing Super Series. Usyk, a gold medalist, Ukrainian guy, doesn't speak a lick of English. The world don't give a fuck until after the World Boxing Super Series, when he wins all the belts. So this is how you can build some guys, not just the regular run-of-the-mill. Stop focusing on Virgil. Stop focusing on Teofimo. Stop focusing on these guys that are established, because they're not going to be around forever. You need to build the next wave. You can literally shape the future with a tournament.
That right there is literally what made PBC implode. Is that all the guys they have were already established, and now they're all in their 30s, their mid-30s, and they're retiring.
Yeah, we need a light flyweight tournament where normally people don't watch light flyweight because of the size of your megaphone, because of the profile that you now have in this sport. If you decided to do a light flyweight tournament, people that don't normally watch that shit, they would watch that shit. Turkey doing a tournament at light flyweight. Turkey doing a tournament at flyweight. Turkey doing this. Turkey doing that. This is your opportunity to do that, because you can't just keep focusing on Fury and Usyk, and then them guys not gonna be around forever. They're not gonna be around forever.
Yeah, PBC's only up and comer. Who is it? Kermel in Motion.
Kermel, he not even a PBC fighter. Is the crazy part.
You know, I've been saying that Turkey should revitalize the World Boxing Super Series, because listen, even though people weren't giving a shit about this, but I thought the WBC Grand Prix was kind of all right when it first started. You know, I saw some good fights.
They should do the tournament for every division that's not unifying, like you're trying to do an undisputed thing.
Featherweight.
Yeah, that's what I said. Featherweight, super lightweight, middleweight. Yeah. And you know, and middleweight is really like, how does Lara have that dude? Nobody on earth gives a fuck about that dude.
Bro, he's
nobody even Yanni Beck don't even really mention that dude. Like, nobody gives a fuck about this guy, dog. You know what I'm saying? Chico said that TKO audio from the earnings call triggering. I wanted to talk about that tonight, Drew, but I also want to do a video on that. So, cause I'm like, yo, y'all. I don't know what's wrong with Americans these days. They're like, yo, for real, a lot of y'all is fake as fuck. Y'all have watched the Ali Act get violated for 10 fucking years. All of a sudden you care because of Dana fucking White. And the worst thing is they're not violating the Ali Act. You're just framing it that way. They're not breaking any fucking rules.
Exactly. They didn't they didn't want to hear it when Bud wanted to see the books, though.
Thank you.
Exactly.
That was about to bring up.
It's like, dog, you watched, if you knew anything about the Muhammad Ali Act, you would not be a fan of Al Heyman. That is, it's simple. They had Adam Kovnowski turn down a multi-million-dollar offer to box for 3 alphabet titles so that he could fight Chris Arreola on FS1.
Bro,
literally.
Can I be honest?
Literally.
No, because on some real shit, like, this isn't even a joke. I've legit had toilet paper that was more respected than the Muhammad Ali Act.
Yeah, like they've watched Rolly Romero. This wasn't that long ago. Maybe y'all forgot about the Kovnowski shit, or maybe you weren't watching boxing back then. But Rolly, not but 2 years ago. Yo, shut up!
Man, bro, calm down.
I damn near shut the fuck up.
Not but 2 years ago, Rolly gets offered a Ryan Garcia main event. He turns it down to fight Isaac Cruz on an undercard. What the fuck do you think the Ali Act is for? It's for shit like that. Y'all had that man. Y'all had that man turn down all that, and obviously he lucked out. He this motherfucker just manages to fail forward every time.
Yeah,
You know, the fight came back around.
The size of a leprechaun. What do you expect?
And they railroaded Rayo into that Gary Antoine Russell fight.
Fucking Robert Garcia said the shit. They basically told me it's Gary Antoine Russell and nobody. That's what Robert said.
Some hoes.
So at the end of the day, if y'all really cared about the Ali Act and what it's supposed to try to do, you're not going to be a fan of the PBC, because the entire existence of the PBC is a violation of the Ali Act. You have a promoter that also acts as a manager, brokering deals for not just with networks, but also fighters. That's the type of shit the Ali Act is supposed to prevent, and it still doesn't. So get the fuck out of here about Dana. Yeah. Dana not screwing over nobody. Like, the TKO shit is not going to screw over nobody. It's going to afford an opportunity to fight for all those fighters that you don't even fucking watch anyway. So stop. You don't even watch most of the... How many UFC Fight Pass fights have you watched? How many Pro Box fights have you watched? Because that's going to be the gene pool. Those are the fighters you're going to see in TKO. It ain't gonna be Virgil. It ain't gonna be Bam. Nah, it ain't gonna be guys like that. Shit is crazy, man.
It's gonna be Erickson Lubin.
That's why. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So
are you looking forward? I'm sorry, Julie. So are you looking forward to the Bakram turning him into a zombie?
I mean, like, I'm just looking forward to boxing at this point because August is dry. There's only two cards. There's only two cards this month that I'm looking forward to. One is obviously Itelma versus White, and another is a 360 show with two girls. Other than that, this month is dry,
bro, like no gay shit. Like this is gonna sound a little gay, but UFC has a great card this month.
It's for homosexuals.
No, I'm being
homosexuals and skinheads.
It's mostly strikers. You're gonna get some knockouts.
Okay.
Is the lawyer gonna be watching that one?
Right? You're gonna be watching a little grab at.
So Jules, okay, go read the super chat.
Shout out to Chico. IQ called it. TKO fighters will middle tier feeder league and on undercards to big turkey cards and other events on a big scale. Yeah, like a part of the promise is they want to do 3 very big fights annually, 3 big fights, and on the undercard, what you're going to have are TKO fighters, you know? And TKO is basically JV. My thing is that ESPN, you're swapping out boxing that people know for boxing that people don't. And Americans are very, very, very particular. Yes,
they're fickle,
very picky, very picky eaters. So even if Top Rank wasn't everything that you wanted, I'm just telling you, TKO cannot be a substitute for Top Rank. No, it can't. It can't. They don't know them fucking guys. They're not gonna watch them.
It sounds like they're trying to implement the Ultimate Fighter thing that they had going on over at the UFC, where it would be like a lot of the up and comers, the amateurs and shit, that they would essentially like fight like a tournament style, and then the top contenders would get like a UFC contract and shit. So it sounds like that's what Dana White is like.
And maybe this is part of the WWE PP. What'd you call it? Pork chop PPL?
Yeah, PLEs.
PLEs. Maybe that's part of that deal because you know they're all in bed with each other. TKO is in bed with the WWE. WWE is in bed with UFC. Maybe that's a part of that deal because
they're all circle jerking each other up there.
Not for nothing. That WWE portion of it, that's a game changer for ESPN. If anything could have pulled ESPN out of the rut that they've been in, it is that.
No, and you know what? WWE is like it's on an upswing right now. Like it's actually gaining a lot more popularity than I'm realizing.
Between the WWE and the NFL, ESPN ain't gonna have no. Like I don't watch a lot of shit, but I just know like those are both money makers. You can't go wrong with them both. You can't go wrong with both of those. So they gonna be all right. Not for nothing. I thought they might go under unless a fucking miracle happens, and a miracle did. Disney opened up their wallet, and Disney open up that wallet, yo, here, huh?
Oh, Disney been waiting on
Clutch.
that.
They came in clutch, bro. Because you know how much
Yeah.
money that the fucking NFL Super Bowl generates every year?
Bro, that's basically America's. That's basically baseball used to be America's pastime. Not anymore. It's the NFL.
No, yeah, it's the NFL now, bro.
It's
Yeah,
Yeah, it
nobody
ain't
watches
no
baseball like they
parity
used to
in
anymore.
baseball no more.
Baseball was really big when I was in high school, which is around like the 2015 era, back when like the Rangers were doing something. But now it's just died off, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, they need to get them back on steroids, man.
But
No, I
baseball,
agree.
baseball is America's pastime, and football is America's passion.
Baseball is America's wife, and the NFL is America's mistress.
Facts.
Pretty much.
The way
that's
Turkey
perfect.
explained it, he was gonna do like an underdog series for prospects and stuff, and the prospects will have the option to go to TKO or get on the ring card.
And you know and I could see that, like, we'll see. I don't want to make a lot of bold presuppositions, but the portion of this conversation that I know is boxing fans are particular, but especially American boxing fans. Brits will watch an American. Brits will watch a Ukrainian. They will watch a Russian. You see it, like, they'll watch a guy, but Americans, where is he from? Estonia? Oh, fuck this.
And then they're mad fickle, bro. If you're not on top, undefeated, and never been dropped, bro, they're not gonna fuck with you like that.
Americans will only watch a black fighter, a Puerto Rican fighter, or a Mexican fighter, and nothing in between.
Or a gay one.
Or a gay fighter, like they.
I mean, the whites will come in for a white fighter. They become a good white hype. But yo, Jules, I want to talk about that ESPN shit. Did it just say in your last video that they're entertaining, doing business with PBC again?
Yes.
It's like, if that's true, then they clearly have not learned their lesson.
Well, that portion of it, that article was sent to me, and I decided to do a thing about it. But don't you remember what I told you? About 2-3 weeks ago, maybe it's been a month or more, I heard it on good authority that somebody over there wants to turn ESPN into a hub where they're working with not just one promotional outfit. That means PBC, okay. A part of the rumor that I heard, and it's from a very good source, is it's not just PBC. They want to keep working with Top Rank, but they don't want exclusivity. They don't want it to just do Top Rank shows. Okay, the rumor I was told was Top Rank, PBC, and Golden Boy. Now that one threw me off. Like, why Golden Boy? Is Golden Boy about to leave the zone?
They're probably getting tired of Eddie's shit.
I mean, but in
Oscar's bitch ass.
And then but I mean, like, the zone is giving you money. It's not like you have stability that your competition doesn't have on the zone. If you think about it, while Golden Boy doesn't have the depth of stable that Top Rank has, they have the stability that Top Rank doesn't have. Top Rank is in limbo right now. We don't know. I hope they land on their feet, but we don't know.
I mean, but maybe what Oscar's thinking is that, like, they might not have the same oversight that the zone has over at Top Rank or fucking ESPN.
It went from Top Rank knows what they're doing. They're gonna land on their feet to I hope they land on their feet.
Yeah, I mean, dog, I do, but it's that what I've been told is no shows this month. That doesn't bother me. I also heard no shows next month. That bothers me. Damn. Why is it taking you so long? If you are in the process of finalizing a deal, why is it taking so long? See, I understood while the deal was active, which was last month, you may not be able to go into a new deal or mention anything about a deal because of a non-disclosure? No, not non-disclosure, non-competitive. Non-competitor. It's something. Basically, what it is while the deal is active, you cannot go to the competition, and you cannot mention. I had to sign one of those.
A non-compete clause.
Non-compete clause. There it is. That last month, I understood. Okay, well, maybe there's a non-compete clause, and they can't finalize that deal until this deal is over. So that's cool. I understand August not having any shows, but now I'm hearing September no shows. Also, I'm like, okay, dog.
Ooh, that's a little gay.
If you really are close to finalizing a deal, why would no shows in September? None?
Wait, when
that
is
is kind of
Crawford
suspicious.
and Canelo? Was that the 13th?
Yeah, the second week.
Yeah, 13.
Fuck.
I ain't gonna lie, that's good enough for me.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
Well,
Yeah,
I
because you
mean,
know
the
what? I'll
UFC.
be able to celebrate that shit because it's like 2 weeks. It's like 2 weeks after my next probation hearing, so I'll be able to get really fucked up.
No, and also he knew he's fighting that.
Fucking real talk.
He knew he's fighting with MJ is I think it's that Sunday after Canelo Crawford.
Yeah,
September's my birthday month, so I always get a couple of good fights in that fucking month. It's awesome.
Shout out to your birthday. I might pay for you to get a nice happy ending massage.
Fuck
Chico
yeah.
said Shapiro called it on the audio that TKO is management and operations and Sella and Turkey funding it. So why are they saying? Because, bro, look, I don't want to get political, but look at who's saying. Democrats! The stupidest fucking people in America, right? Who you see? So this is wrong. Like who? Fred Garvin. Gee, I wonder who he voted for. I'm sorry, dog. I notice a lot of these motherfuckers are like really dumb. You dumb. If you was worried about the Ali Act, you would not be a PBC fan. So the fact you sitting here complaining, I don't have time for stupid shit, dog. And I don't have time for stupid people. You are just fucking dumb, bro.
Or you could.
The Ali Act was not rescinded. So let's start there. You know that they didn't get rid of the Ali Act. They added a clause. They added a clause, and the thing is, like I've said it like 15 times already. It looks a certain way until you see what it entails to be a UBO. Now you tell me how many people have enough money to be a UBO. Because I can only think of one.
Dumbass motherfuckers, they're not gonna. They read headlines, bro, and then what percentage of those people are gonna read the article?
Exactly. They read the headline that you know how much money it would take for you to operate as a UBO. It would take a lot of money, and you're gonna need a lot of money to even have a stable of fighters. Because what is supposed to make fighters sign to your UBO instead of going to Matchroom, instead of going to Golden Boy? You have to have money.
They have a choice. Like it's not like these fighters, especially the ones that are going to be coming up. They don't have a gun to their head to go join TKO.
Motherfuckers just want to fight. Motherfuckers just want to fight for a cause that don't exist. Chico said thoughts on WWE on ESPN. I mean, I think that saved that platform, Drew. I honestly do. Like, I really feel like, based on the trajectory of where they were going, I felt like they was going to end up like Cinemax. How many times on the lives did I ask, yo, dog, I don't know what the fuck people are going to watch on that platform. If you're losing F1, MLB, boxing, and I heard they lost basketball, what the fuck are you going to watch on there? And, you know,
football.
And you know, we joke, college football. In comes
but
Disney.
I thought they still have basketball.
I heard they lost it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
no,
because
they do have the rest. Because
the Shaq and
they have to share with NBC.
They got it from TNT.
Yeah, that's right.
To make a long story short, Disney saved their ass because who but Disney would have had the money to bring both the NFL and the WWE to fucking ESPN? Who owns ESPN? Well, yeah, Oprah. Disney. She does have the money. She has the money. But you know that they saved them basically. Like now, yeah, I think. Or for that, I really think ESPN is gonna be just fine, and in a short amount of time, in a short amount of time, they will go. I don't think they were the biggest sports network in the country, at least not the last 2 years. But they're headed back. They're gonna be the biggest sports network in the country by a lot too. Because what do Americans watch? NFL, dog. That's America's sport. That's their favorite sport to watch right now. NFL. So they and the WWE, you may as well be printing money because it's way bigger now than it was when I was a kid.
But the NFL is a short season.
But that's what you got. Those PP, the PLO, the Palestinian events, the premier
premium live events.
Premium live.
Yo, you know exactly why ESPN doesn't want to be in MLB no more. It's not because they think that MLB, you know, is not a, you know, it's not a valuable, product, but it's actually the other way around. MLB felt like they wasn't promoting baseball well enough, and so they told ESPN, "Yo, we don't want to do business with you anymore. We want."
Where does MLB go from there, though? Where are they going?
Well, they've got their own service, I believe, but it's no parity in the game, basically. Every time
all they can rely on, Jules, right now are the terrestrial networks, and the regional sports networks. But even RSNs are going out the going the way of the dodo bird, because like if you have seen recently that you see this FanDuel logo on their broadcast, yeah, it's the betting sites that are buying up these networks, so they're gonna keep that shit alive.
And
So
we had this
gambling,
conversation.
yeah.
We had this conversation that terrestrial networks don't have the same influence that they did when we were children. Like, everybody didn't have cable, let alone premium cable. Some
Right.
people just had basic television, but that was available in every American home. And that in and of itself gave them strength. Whereas now, I don't know that people sit down and watch anything on Channel 5 anymore.
Nope.
Channel 4, Channel 2, Channel 7, Channel 9. Like, I don't actually know that people even do that anymore. And then when I see things like The Simpsons on Hulu, for example, it's like, damn, Simpsons used to be Channel 5's moneymaker. You guys gave that to Hulu?
The viewing habits have changed. Nobody sits down, go to their TV set at 8 p.m. on a Sunday to watch the show.
They don't. Most of us are jerking off. Like I am.
People want to watch what they want to watch when they want to watch it.
Yo, Jules, really quick on that, on the whole MLB thing. Actually, they had a dude who's a baseball writer go on the Dan Patrick show a few weeks ago. He actually said was MLB got fucking greedy with ESPN, and they wanted them to raise the amount of money that was being poured into the contract. And Disney and ESPN told them, sorry, we can't go past a certain number. And that's why they decided not to keep negotiating with them. And he's right in that those regional sports networks that have each team under contract are owned by FanDuel. And then fucking you have the national network showing baseball like TBS and Fox. So I think they're going to keep trying to see if they can fucking keep showing baseball on those channels. But it's not going to be the same without the coverage that ESPN was providing.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. But that's been the focus of a lot of conversations this year, especially because we're seeing it that, as Virtuoso said, viewing habits have changed. People don't sit down and watch sitcoms anymore, dog. I couldn't tell you about a new sitcom. You know what I mean? People don't gather around for TGIF like they used to on a Friday night, Family Matters, Dinosaurs, Step by Step. That it's not like that anymore, dog. Everybody's doing it's kind of like everybody's doing their own thing. The kids, they're watching Twitch or they're gooning or TikTok, right? The adults, they're watching I imagine that most people in my age group do the exact same thing I do. I watch shows that are old and I watch movies that are old that I've already seen a million times. I don't really make room for much new shit because what I notice is when I do watch new shit, I usually don't like it because it's incomplete. It's not very good. I watched Barbarian the other day.
It's because two guys be making out.
I watched Barbarian the other day, and I've had it on, but I wasn't paying attention. I decided, okay, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to watch this thing. It's the stupidest fucking thing I ever saw. A big giant bitch living in a basement in Detroit. That's the movie.
Also, radio is dying. Well, radio is dead.
No, radio is dead. No. I don't know that it'll ever be completely dead because we do. If I'm in an Uber, if I am in an Uber, radio for traveling, I don't think it'll ever really go away for traveling. But it's not what it was, and it's not what it was because of Howard Stern. His shit just got the axe. Howard Stern.
You know what's the new radio? You know what's the new radio? Podcast.
Spotify.
Yes.
I mean, that's what the fuck I do. I be listening to this shit.
Sirius is pretty damn big though, too, Jules.
I'll say that it's like radio has to compete with streaming platforms for music. You understand that's basically what the disc jockeys were doing. They'll take the popular songs that people are reacting to and they'll play them. But now that's automated. I mean, you can literally just that's automated.
Just playing the playlist.
I remember like almost 20 years ago, radio had to compete with the iPod.
Yeah.
Hey, not to like toot my own horn, but I made a badass fucking pot of beans today, yo.
Shout out to beans, bro.
That
You know what I like to do? I take my green beans. I put pico de gallo in my black beans, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, full spoon of oregano, and minced garlic. That shit
That
tastes
shit
like
sounds
a
top tier, yo.
fucking orgasm.
I'm writing it down.
No, yeah, I'm clipping
You
that shit
literally
later.
had what Marshawn Lynch called pico de gallo, Jules.
Pico de gallo, bro. Oh, and the other ingredient is olive oil. Not a lot. Not a lot.
The little
With a
splash.
jalapeno.
Fucking pico de gallo, bro. That shit is I put that shit in my eggs, bro. Like shout out to the pico de gallo.
Yeah,
I'll
I
be
put
right back
that
after
shit
these
in
commercial
everything.
messages.
What was ranchero, baby?
Wait, somebody mentioned Howard Stern. That guy's the biggest fucking
Libtard
coward in the fucking in that guy's
Yo.
such a letdown. That guy's like the biggest disappointment.
I thought he was dead by now.
He's the biggest disappointment. I used to listen to his show back in the 90s, and it was just like he used to have bitches orgasm, he used to have fucking titty contest, and then now he's just a woke bitch.
Yeah, I remember.
Cunt, dude. That guy's a
my
fucking
favorite.
cunt.
My favorite.
I don't
clip-
remember Howard Stern very fondly back in the 90s. I mean, he did put on blackface and it did, was goofing on Selena's death, which I think that was fucked up.
My favorite Boosie clip is where he's telling that bitch to put her pussy lips on live and he'll give her $1,000.
Yeah, he used to do all kinds of shit, dude. The guy's such a fucking coward, dude. What a fucking what a disappointment.
And he was one of those that put his fucking show behind a paywall. Remember Howard TV? You had to pay for that shit.
Well, back in the day, they took him down. Like it was the Republicans that were trying to censor free speech, and it was during the first Bush administration, and they were trying to go after everybody because they were talking shit about the war and they were talking shit about the administration, and they don't like it when you talk shit about them. They don't like it when you have an audience and you talk shit about them. Like right now, the left is going after Joe Rogan. Back in the day, they went after the right went after Howard Stern. And he just turned into such a fucking cunt, It's just
I just looked it up, and this motherfucker was making 100 to 120 million a year. What the fuck?
Yeah, they overpaid for his bum ass. He's not even funny anymore.
I don't think they didn't overpay because he got listeners. So the more listeners you get, the more ratings you get, the more advertisers.
Right. I guess what I meant to say was.
I'll tell you one thing. The drink Snapple, when Howard Stern was on the air, he promoted the shit out of that fucking stupid shitty drink. And it went through the roof. The stock went through the roof. The profits went through the roof. And they paid him so much money to talk about fucking piece of shit, disgusting Snapple.
Yeah, that's just
he got off the air.
Hey, I agree with that shit. But maybe I was too harsh on that they overpaid him. But as time went on, the ratings went down, and it felt they kind of wasted money.
He went on Sirius Radio because no radio station would touch him. So this is what happened in the 90s. There were conglomerates, and they were buying up all the stations, just like they did with TV. Yep. So there were only 3 main companies, like Infinity Broadcasting was one of them, and they merged into 2 big companies, and they bought every single. Radio
by the way, who legalized that?
I think it was Clinton that allowed companies and deregulation of Wall Street and deregulation of monopolies to happen. So Clinton and then Bush didn't help it. Bush didn't give a fuck about it. So they were these people don't give a fuck about our needs. They're
the same. They're the same.
Yeah, Republicans, Democrats, liberals, conservatives, all that shit. They all fucking suck cock, right? So what happened here was that nobody wanted to hire the guy because only 3 broadcasters own the entire fucking broadcasting universe. So he had no choice but to go into satellite radio, and then you had to pay for the show. But by then, a lot of his audience were a little older and they had money to do it, and satellite radio became really popular. But it was never as popular as his syndicated radio show. I mean, the show was syndicated. It was on repeat. You could listen to an old Howard Stern show on the radio and then listen to the new one in the morning. So he made so much fucking goddamn money, and then he became such a cunt.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that
guy.
Don,
what if you like that kind of shit as far as a radio show? Why don't you listen to a dude named Tom Likas? He literally ripped him off and does the same shit.
I used to listen to Tom Likas in the late 90s in LA, and he was also a syndicated radio show. And his whole thing was I used to see him at the hockey games, and he was such a fat piece of shit and he only had hot women
Yeah, is
with him
Alex
because
here?
he paid for them.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know
I
who
mean,
Time Mike is, but here in the East Coast, I used to listen to Opie and Anthony, and that was their competitor.
He was a total fat piece of shit. That guy. I mean, he made good points though. He made good points about how men with women, like, you know, you shouldn't date chicks with a high body count, like fucking strippers are a no-go, you know, stuff like that. But if you're gonna fuck around with them, then that's okay. You know, if you're gonna fuck around with these women, then that's okay. Just
bro, you don't date strippers, you just lease them.
Exactly. That's all you. And that's the message. Because a lot of guys, dude, man, I knew so many dudes that would go to the club and like
fall in love.
These girls, they thought these girls were their girlfriends, bro. They thought like they were into them. You know, because they would be like, "Oh, baby, where have you been? I missed you." I'd be like, "Are you kidding, bro? Like she just
goofy,
like goofy ass shit, dude."
And then shrimp, steak, and lobster deals, guys. It's the shrimp, steak, and lobster deals.
Can you imagine being one of those bitches having to give a lap dance to a guy with fucking like butter, fucking garlic breath because they just
no. So what's funny is I had a broad try to like, you know, get under my skin the last time, and she was hitting me with like, oh, that's why I was fucking my best friend, and I was fucking this time, and I was like, you're a whore. Like,
exactly.
Whores get fucked. Like, well, you expect me to get upset?
I mean, if you know what you're getting into, and you know the car you're driving, you can't be upset when the fucking wheels fall off. You can't.
No, exactly, bro. I was like, you
bro,
gotta understand.
bro,
I always knew it's just my turn, bro. Like, I ain't tripping.
Bro, yeah, exactly. Like, bro, I've learned not to you know, just I guess it's sort of on the same joke. I've learned that, like, now that I'm older and stuff, like, bro, I just tell bitches up front, like, listen, I'm not looking for nothing serious. You women trying to fuck. If you down with that, and you'll be surprised how many.
They respect the honesty because they're like, look, I'm not gonna waste your time. Like, you can do
exactly.
You know when a woman is just like that. But I gotta tell you, whenever a woman lies down with a man, most likely, what usually happens when they do lay down with you and they give it up on the first. They are into you, man. There's something about you that they're now. If they make you wait, you're just the fucking fill-in.
Yep.
You seen the Joker, right?
Yeah, but let me just make this one point. There's no second choice. Okay, let me just make this quick point. There's no second choice. There's first choice, and that's it. If you are not first choice, you are nothing. You are not even. You're all you are is a filler. All you are is a fucking hot dog. You're not the steak. That's it.
You're an enabler.
No. So the guy says that, you know, women will see sex like buying a car. You know, where can I see myself in this long term? You know, is this reliable? You know, is this something I'd like to show off to my friends? Where as a guy, we'll see sex more as like parking a car. You know, like, oh, there's a spot.
We don't need
parking spot.
Handicap. I hope nobody sees this.
All we need to see to excite us is like two fleshy bodies hitting it, and that's it. Women require a story, a protagonist, an antagonist, a plot, a subplot, a fucking resolve, and an end. Like they were designed.
Don't forget a business plan.
And a business plan, because if you don't have the money and you don't have the means, so there's two different things. Like you could be a Chad and fuck all these chicks, right? But they're gonna get pissed because you don't have time for them. But once they get tired of that, they're gonna go with a fat bald guy with money. They're gonna settle, and that's what you don't want to be. You don't want to be in a fucking marriage where where the wife is like, "Oh, honey, it's your birthday. Guess what? You get to fuck me without a condom today." Can you imagine that fucking life?
Yeah.
Can you imagine
or
every
you end up
year,
like Walter White and you get a hand.
Can you imagine every year when it's your birthday, you get a fucking blowjob and that's it? Once a year.
You end up like Walter White and you get a hand job.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's fucking horrible. The situation a lot of these dudes are
business merger.
It's fucking bad, man. It's really bad. Some of the situation these guys are in. It's not good.
Yo, is Jules going?
He's taking a shit.
He's probably taking a shit.
Yeah, he's taking a.
He's
dump.
Definitely squeezing a log out, bro.
Taking a big old fat dump. That ain't nice. He's taking a dookie.
You know that motherfucker was talking about beans for a reason.
He was talking about frijoles de la olla and fucking putting pico de gallo on that shit.
Fuck yeah.
I mean,
shit run right through his ass.
Fuck yeah.
But I bet it tasted
Well,
real good.
I'm gonna crash out, boys. I'm on the East Coast. It's getting late for me, bros.
Alrighty, brother. Good night,
Be
dog.
good.
Man,
No,
it's
y'all
fucking.
hear that one
It's
about
nice
the
and
dude
warm
who? Y'all
right
hear the one
now.
about the dude who never like eats hot food? And so the dude's like, "Nah, try jalapeno. Like it's good. You know, they taste good." So he eats it. And he's like, then it's burning in my mouth. He's like, "Eat a little bit of ice cream. You know, it'll help cool down the burning." So, all right, so we eat some ice cream. He's like, "Oh, that's much better, right?" So later on, he's taking a shit, and his asshole is burning. He's like, "Oh, come on, ice cream. Come on, ice cream."
Shit is crazy. I see Gary Russell, like it's not looking like, well, I don't know. I got good intel that the PBC is gonna do a show maybe on the 15th or the 25th, and I'm thinking, oh, is that gonna be Roach versus Davis? And we'll see. But
Nah,
we'll see. I'm not confident, you know what I mean?
I don't have
But
faith in that
I'll
fight.
just see Gary Russell, little Gary, older Gary, I should say. He keep calling out Lamont Roach, and it just dawned on me, like, dog, who would even pay for that fight? Like, who would pay for that? Like, I'm not talking about us, like customers. I'm saying
Gary Russell Jr.
Right? Like, that's like, who would pay? Who's supposed to pay?
That will be
y'all?
on the undercard of Davis and Pacquiao.
I didn't even honestly.
For the
I didn't even
vacant
realize that
IBF.
motherfucker was still fighting.
If y'all having trouble putting together Lubin versus fucking Murtazaliev, how would y'all like, bro? That dude just, I don't know, dog. Y'all need to go to Pro Box is what y'all need to do. Go to Pro Box, bro. Shit don't make no sense.
Hey, yo, George, you taking a shit?
Yeah, I was taking a shit.
Yeah,
I literally was taking a shit.
No, we figured you were taking a big old fat dump.
Taking a shit. But yeah, man, like, so good on ESPN, right? But like the question of the night is if Top Rank, if they don't have something else for a boxing fan, that unless you're a big fan of the NFL or a big WWE fan, are you gonna pay $30 for TKO boxing?
Fuck no.
That shit is $29.99, dog. That's what that's gonna be.
Yo.
So what is ESPN's current price point for the subscription?
Let me look at my shit because I ain't looked at my shit in.
I mean, you gotta understand. It's for subpar boxing too, bro. Like, you're not
I
gonna
stopped
get
counting.
fucking...
I stopped counting. I remember when I joined. I first joined in 2018 when it was just $4.99. I stopped counting when it was $10.99.
Let me see. What am I? Yeah, I'm paying $11.99 for that motherfucker.
So from $11.99
to
$29.99 for WWE Premium Live events, which are not even going to show original programming.
1.5 fucking increase, bro. It's crazy.
Like, dog, like I don't watch a lot of that other shit. I really only had the app for the boxing, and if the only boxing you gonna have is TKO, yeah, I might as well unsubscribe right now because I'm not paid. Like, bro, that's $30.
The only thing I'm interested in, Jules, is look, I watch soccer, so I fuck with La Liga, that Spanish, football, league. But if not for that, then I'm not gonna fuck with it because, like,
Niño, entiende that at $29.99 over a 12-month period, you're in the whole over $300.
So they're forcing you to buy a yearly subscription. I know. And this is the thing that I'm curious about. Since TKO owns both UFC and WWE, don't you think that since WWE now all of a sudden are doing their premium live events on a Saturday, that it's going to cannibalize their fucking audience?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't make a ton of sense. But that also relies on the principle, because it's like, look, the WWE fan, that doesn't necessarily mean that the WWE fan is also a UFC fan. I don't know a lot about those demos. You understand? Maybe they are, but to say that one will cannibalize the other suggests.
Nah, there's not a whole lot of crossover, yo. It's like boxing.
That's what I was going to say. That if you saying one is going to cannibalize the other, it suggests that that they are sharing an audience, and I don't know that that's true.
I think
only a boxing event can cannibalize another boxing event. I just figured that what's got to be that way for MMA, that, only another MMA event could take MMA fans away from an MMA event because you're serving up the same product that somebody else, and you could siphon fans from them.
Yeah,
but I don't know that the
WWE
fans is UFC fans. I don't know.
No, yeah, the way MMA does their cards is they'll have like one big event that's like that adds to the 300 number. But then they'll have like other smaller events that are like like fight night cards and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the ones that we don't get a whole lot of promotion on.
But they don't have much of a competition in MMA.
Nah, I'm just saying, like, who Who the fuck? Like, it just doesn't make sense, bro. And on top of that, well, TKO, I don't think they'll do pay per view, right?
No, ellos dijeron that they're gonna do.
A la
If you,
verga.
Manning, it says that they plan on. I don't even know that they can pull this off. Their intentions and what they will actually do are two separate things, as far as I'm concerned. But they're saying they want to do 2 to 3 events on the scale of Canelo versus Crawford yearly.
Do we even have
Yearly.
that many fights to do that?
That's the question I had. They're like, dog, are there even that many super fights that you can make that many times a year?
Bro, Canelo
I don't
and
think
Crawford
so.
is literally a
No.
once in a generation type of fight, bro. What are you talking
Wait,
about?
are we talking UFC or are we talking boxing?
No, we're talking TKO. That a part of Shapiro, Mark Shapiro, he basically said that the TKO league will do 2 to 3 events as big as Canelo versus Crawford, and on those undercards you will have TKO fighters. But I was just thinking, like, bro, there's not 2 to 3 fights a year that you could make on the scale of that fight.
Do we got anything on the Pacquiao numbers?
No, I mean, like, bro, you 100. If I had to guess, 150.
I mean,
if
look,
they're lucky.
TKO is an American-based corporation, right? And we know that American boxing is struggling to build stars right now. So it's going to take a while for them to pull that off.
The thing is that they can't build a star. Look, I don't want them to fail because I want to see what they can do, and I don't mind the idea of something new in the boxing space because boxing needs something new, right? But I just don't think you can build a star sectioning off boxing, and that is what you're doing. If you got a middleweight and he's a good middleweight and you're lucky enough that people are watching him, you know what they're going to say? Hey, I want to see that guy fight Yanni back.
Yeah.
And
the problem is exposure, in my opinion. These guys aren't getting exposed. There's always fucking paywalls. And didn't I hear something about Turkey wanting to get rid of pay-per-view? Well,
he said that he would try to get rid of pay-per-views for his Ring magazine and Riyadh season events, but that doesn't speak to TKO. That doesn't speak to them. It's like every other thing. It doesn't speak to Matchroom. It doesn't speak to Golden Boy. It's just for his shows that he does, which is Riyadh season and Ring magazine, he won't do pay-per-views for that. And okay, but what about TKO? We don't know. And it's very hard to imagine how that's going to work because it doesn't matter what weight you're talking about. A part of what grows stars is the promise of a fight. That's what grows stars. Inoue, Junto Nakatani, Bam Rodriguez, Inoue. It's the promise that one day we might see that it keeps Bam in a conversation. It keeps Junto in a conversation. And without that component, I don't know how you could build stars in a biosphere. I don't see that. And then you don't have the promise that he will challenge the WBC, the WBA, the WBO, or the IBF champion. You don't have the allure of those unification matches that, if all these champions fight each other, we might get a star out of it. Because that is the blueprint. I reiterate, that is what launched Inouye's career, was the World Boxing Super Series. That's what launched Usyk's career, the World Boxing Super Series. And what were they doing in there? Unifying titles. That's what they were doing.
You know how wrestling is like a gimmick. Like they do all these scenes, like Vince McMahon, and it's just cheesy. I feel like they're gonna try to do that with TKO. Because what fighter can they actually sign that'll make us want to watch it?
I feel like they're gonna end up with. I feel like they're gonna end up with a lot of the people that you see on UFC Fight Pass. I feel like it's gonna be like
but what's funny about TKO boxing is that UFC fans they're pretty pissed off about that shit too because they're starting to feel disenfranchised because the president, Dana White, you can clearly see he's much more excited to promote the TKO boxing and the slap and all that shit. And then he has an announcement for really great fights that I'm telling you that are happening this month, but he just looks so fucking like
dejected,
bro. Like somebody like that's the look of a man who hates his fucking job.
He started having it's that, you know what it is? He got some new pussy, and he can't help but be like, come on, we'd all be excited some new pussy. And UFC has a problem that I'm just not sure that he can fix it. That you got to get rid of all those fucking inbred guys, man. Nobody cares about those guys. Chimichangaev, you got all these Dagestani guys. Nobody want to watch them dudes.
I think TKO's probably gonna be as big as that slap league. Like nobody watches that shit.
I wouldn't rule that out. But I don't know much about MMA. I don't know much about UFC, but I do know boxing, and I know boxing fans, and I know that they are very particular. They are very particular about what fighters they want to watch. You could have a good fight. Like a good fight was Pitufo Diaz and Navarrete. It doesn't get talked about. It was a great fight, man. It was kind of right up there with Ivan Baranchyk and Jose Zepeda. It was a great fight. A lot of people didn't see it. Because they don't give a fuck about a Pitufo Diaz. It was a great fight, though. A lot of people didn't see it. Gongora versus Mobili was a great fight. A lot of people didn't see it, though. Because they don't give a fuck about a Gongora, and people didn't know Mobili at the time. But that was a great fight. And it's like that in America.
Warrington fight.
Right?
But Jules, what about rewatching any Andre Ward fight?
Oh my God, I can't wait.
I gotta watch that Ward fight, yo.
So why do you think Turkey's doing these mega cards like the November one? Like, what's the end game for that?
If I had to guess what that is, it's branding. In a short time, he's familiarized himself with an audience and become associated with the biggest and best events in all of boxing. So his branding right now is through the roof. But I don't think he fully understands how to use that branding to further the sport. Because if you're trying to further the sport, you don't necessarily have to come up with something new. What did I say before? If Turkey decided to do a flyweight tournament, people would watch it. Why? Because he's doing it. They have now come to associate him with the biggest and best money and the biggest and best fights in boxing. So you could do almost anything right now and it'll be big, but you're creating something new, and you're not going to understand that because you're from here, that people here don't like nothing new. They don't.
And he's good at the promotional aspect. When it came to some of these fights that he put on, he would put on these fucking trailers like movies.
Yeah.
You know those trailers?
The formula for boxing, the formula is not, it's not complicated, it's particular, but it's not complicated, you know? It's like when you make a beat, for those who make beats, and you overproduce it. You add too much, and then it just becomes cluttered, and it's not good. It's starting to feel that way when the formula's simple, bro. Now that everybody knows who you are and they know what you do, you could make a couple of flyweights fight each other and they'll watch it.
I got a question.
Good.
How long does like one of those tournaments typically take to happen?
About a year. It could be less if nobody gets injured, because the problem with tournaments is it is a logistics nightmare for normally, right? For normal people. He could remove a lot of the problems, because one of the problems that the World Boxing Super Series had in the second season was money. They had money problems and scheduling problems. Now for him, those would not be a problem. What could be a problem, and it's a wild card, is if somebody gets injured. Somebody gets
I'll be
sick.
having those same problems.
Super 6 had a lot of issues. It had a lot of issues.
Yeah. The biggest issue he would have, it wouldn't be necessarily a logistics issue or a financing issue. We know it wouldn't be a financing issue. But if somebody gets hurt, if the fight is hard and the guy gets cut, you want to do the tournament, next, the final, the quarterfinal, all the bullshit every 6 months or whatever it is. But what if a guy gets injured? What if somebody gets injured in camp and drops out? How does the tournament proceed when one of the participants is unable to compete? That's where, and that's outside of his control. Like, what the fuck can he do? He can't, Shout out to Misael. The Pac-Man card didn't bring any the revenue expected. Mr. Calderon said another problem in the UFC is that their stars are aging and just getting older versus boxing, where it's a revolving door and we get new faces every few years. Yeah, that just boils down to boxing being a bigger sport.
You know what I attributed to how you were talking about, like, there are these lulls in boxing where there's not really a face. It just kind of like is going through the motion. I feel like that's pretty much what UFC is going through right now, with Conor being out for so long, John, ducking off, O'Malley getting his fucking shit pushed in. It's just like a lot of their guys are losing, or they're retiring, or they're just fucking massive cokeheads now. So they're just going through this phase where there's just nothing really going on, and there's no real face.
Just the fact that Conor is even still a thing, because bro, I liken Conor to the Mayweather era, basically, right? That you're from then, your heyday.
Yeah, bro, he hasn't fought in like 5 years, dog.
And to me, people bringing up Conor in any capacity of fighting is tantamount to bringing up Floyd. Like, bro, that dude is done. Like,
he's doing movies and shit. He's doing movies,
like
man.
He's coming back. He's not coming back yet.
His cultural apex was like from 2014 to 2018.
He
might be coming back in Roadhouse too.
I watched it. Yo, Roadhouse was actually okay. I liked the movie.
It was.
Yeah, I was like getting my first job back whenever fucking Pacquiao and McGregor was happening.
But I want to say I would have tried to shag the chocolate joint. They put him in there with the Spanish joint, because she's Spanish. She's got the Spanish titties. She's got I would have tried to shag the chocolate joint, like, especially if she remember in the beginning of the movie, she came up on him after he had to fight, and he was at the pickup truck. I'd try to get some ass right there, dog. So that was fake. Like, that couldn't have been me. Like, I'd have been trying to get some ass. But,
are you married to a chocolate joint?
Yes.
Ah, my man.
Yo, Jules, but the thing is with McGregor, though, too, people forget that motherfucker sold all his shares in the booze that he created, and he made like $500 million.
Oh, that dude is set, bro. Like,
yeah,
he's set. But it's more the absurdity, because I see posts. Oh, McGregor has entered the testing pool for what, dog? You think he's gonna come? Like, no, he's not. He doesn't need to fight. The whole point of these fighting careers is to make it to where you don't have to fight,
bro,
and he is there. He's there.
The only testing pool I see him going through is the HIV one.
Hey, Conor made a fucking grip off of that Proper 12 deal too. So
between
he's
the
already
money,
reached that level.
Between the money, because he was already making. If you take away the Proper 12 and you take away the Maymac fight, right? Whatever he made from that, he was making huge money on pay-per-view, dog. He was already making money. Then he went on to make even more money. Like, that dude don't have to fight. That dude don't even have to fart hard. He could tell him he don't have to do nothing, bro. He has to do
He can hire somebody to do that baby thing.
He can hire somebody to fart for him, bro.
Yeah, he can hire somebody to do that baby thing they do with the legs.
Yeah, just rub his leg and a little fart will seep out. Like, he's
Paul and Conor McGregor could make money.
Who, Jake Paul?
Hey.
No, I'm honest to God, yeah, like as a spectacle, that could. That
as
actually
a spectacle,
could.
Promoting fighters on the undercard, of course, but yeah.
But Jake Paul, but that's the thing about Conor doesn't have to do a goddamn thing. Like, he does, he's set, dog. He made that much money.
That's why he's just chilling back doing coke now, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Coke, bro. Misael said PBC waited for funds from David in November. Right, like whatever they shave off the top of his purse, and it's like
whatever Samson steals from his purse.
No, because I've long maintained the only way PBC had money to do the Crawford and Spence fight was because of the success of Tank and Ryan.
I agree with that. I agree, and it did well. It did over $1 million, and that was their Hail Mary to try to save their own ass. But beyond if they even do a show in October, we'll see, because the emails are going out. But it's just hard to imagine how they could sustain, dog. Like, you have Gary Russell, 46-year-old Pacquiao.
Bro, they're selling sperm and plasma, dog.
For real, they must be, dog. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
It must be like
they got all them boxers lined up. Like, all right, motherfucker, here's your cup.
And I won't be surprised to see a Davis Pacquiao fight.
And there's just no reason for a young fighter that, young fighters that are coming through. There is absolutely no reason for a young fighter to sign to them. There's no, and they don't have. I mean, like, what young besides Carmel in Motion, and they don't even really
Tank
have
selling his eggs,
right? Like, he's ovulating, right? He's got his ovaries are going crazy.
Bro, he's already reason. He looks like a super middleweight right now.
Because one thing that fighters want. They want stability, and they want to know what they're doing. And that's kind of what has helped separate Matchroom from other promoters that I've heard what fighters say when they get over there, and the perks that they like is Matchroom actually has a plan. You know when you're gonna fight, you know when you're gonna fight after that, and you know what you're gonna get paid. And then I thought about TKO. Well, TKO is going to do that for a lot of fighters. That's a part of their strategy. So I'm just thinking that a young fighter that might be coming through and wants to gain some footing in the sport of boxing, they would sooner sign to TKO before they go to fucking PBC, because at least they'll know when they're going to fight and what they're going to get paid. PBC can't tell you that.
Bro, PBC for real life out here like a single baby mama.
For real.
Waiting on a child support check.
I mean, Adrian Broner pretty much told you that they pay you in increments. So cash.
Yeah. You know.
Oh yeah, you receive payments.
Yeah, stipends or whatever the fuck it is, like
per diem.
Petty cash. You get paid in petty cash, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Can you imagine being an independent contractor? You go, you do a job, you do what you got to do, and they tell you, okay, here's how we're nah, motherfucker.
Nah, PBC over there paying their fighters in wooden coins, like on Sinners and shit.
Bro, they're treating their fighters like it's fucking Klarna.
that poor boy worked his ass off for them wooden coins.
But yeah, there's just, you see what I mean? That there's not if you're a young fighter, you need to sign to a promotional outfit. There's absolutely no reason to sign to the PBC. So there's not much chance of them being able to revamp their stable, because who the fuck would go over there, dog?
Yeah, I bet you Caleb Plant is still getting stipends from that 10 mil he got.
Caleb Plant's still getting fucking Mike Lee money, bro. You get $25 checks.
They send him Subway gift cards, Joe.
Paying them motherfucking Groupons, bro.
Remember, PBC got started by hijacking. And they got started by hijacking fighters. That's what happened from Golden Boy. All that shit with Schaefer. But the problem is they never invested in building fucking fighters. Like
because the thing is they didn't know how. Like you can see what happened there. That you have a guy. I think Al Heyman was probably a great manager. But he's not a great promoter. And you confuse the two. Being a great promoter is not being a great manager. It's not, dog. You can't look out for everybody. So, I've been talking about this thing with Ashton Silva and MVP, for example, right? They did what they had to do. That's what you have to do. Keith, if you don't want to fight our guy Errol, hit the fucking bricks. Go. You got to cut these guys. You had a lot of guys over there doing a lot of nothing. Leo, if you don't want to fight Gary, hit the fucking bricks.
Bro, that was fucking Espinosa's job.
Right? These are the things, these are some, because they made a million mistakes. But when we talk about Heyman, what are some things that he specifically did wrong? Well, you can't treat them all like they're all commodities, because they're not. And you can't protect them all either. If you got a guy in Errol who is on the cusp of becoming a mainstream fighter, you got to feed these guys to him. And not just Danny. Nobody had faith in Danny. Nobody had faith in Sean. The fight that you could have made that you didn't was Thurman. That would have been a big one. Remember, before it becomes about Crawford, it was about Thurman. Before it was about Crawford, Thurman had a belt. He was unified champion.
I mean, that was
unbeaten.
Spence not wanting to do that.
That was his apex in 2018. Then he retired.
No. There was a time when Keith still had his two belts. Spence was after him. Spence wanted him when Keith still had his two belts. Errol doesn't turn his nose up at him until much later, like 2-3 years later. But there was a small period where that was the fight: Thurman versus Spence, and Thurman killed that. I'll do it on.
That's right. Thurman was the one that shot that shit down first.
And Heyman, you let him. You let him. Like, what you mean you not gonna fight him?
Thurman lost his powers when he cut his hair. That's it.
Yeah,
like Samson.
But here's the thing, though. Like, are you really a promoter if you're moving like Kaiser Sose? Like, you're supposed to be. Of course, PBC did not have a proper like front man for the company. Steven to some degree, but he's not an employee of them. He works for Showtime.
No, but even with his reclusive behaviors, Virtuoso, that look, at the end of the day, he doesn't have to be Rock Newman, you know? He doesn't have to be Don King. But if you're making things happen the way they need to, and those are two fights almost immediately that I'm like, what is this guy, a fucking moron? The people want this. This is how you make money in boxing. Fights that people want to see. You didn't make Gary Russell versus Leo Santa Cruz. You didn't make Spence versus Thurman. You didn't make Hurd versus Charlo. You could have made, if you was really about that shit about making Wilder a star, you wouldn't have fed him to Matchroom and AJ. You would have fed him to Wilder, you fucking moron. You had two
There's a laundry
alphabet
list of fights that didn't make in house. I know. Like,
so this is where you know that Heyman, you didn't know what you were doing. You're one of these guys that you see other people doing something and you think it's easy. Dunning-Kruger, if you think you're way overqualified when in reality you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
No,
you're a good
was
manager.
out.
Shut the fuck up. You're
Okay.
a good manager. You're good. Maybe you're very good at brokering deals on the behalf of a party. Maybe you're good at that. But as far as having the insight to orchestrate a schedule and crown your stars and put them through that process, I can see plain as day you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You don't. They gave you a war chest on the premise that you're buddy with Floyd, and they thought everything you two touched would turn into gold, and it all turned into shit. That's what happened.
I was trying to have his cake and eat it too, where he didn't want any. He wanted to make it look like, oh look, we got a nothing but undefeated, champions here and shit, and he didn't want. He wanted to have all his stars, but he didn't want to have to sacrifice any of them to each other, so that way he can maintain, like, look at this big stable I have of all these undefeated, all that bullshit.
Let me add to that, right? Like, he has Jules, you're right. He does have a knack for brokering deals, but what he doesn't have a knack for is looking and developing talent. Like, he's a living embodiment of that first verse of Lost Ones. When he said, like, when he was talking low key, talking about Dame Dash. Make another Hope. He didn't quite make another Floyd.
Yeah, because he never made Floyd to begin with. That's people hate to hear that. Heyman didn't make Floyd. Bob did.
Yeah.
You don't like the sound of that, but it's the truth because he's an old white Jewish guy. But it's the truth.
Then he didn't even make money made. Golden
Shut
Boy
the fuck
did.
up.
Yes, sir.
If Bob don't pay Jay Prince to calm the fuck down, there ain't no money made. There ain't no nothing. You understand that shit? If Bob don't cut that check to get the fucking wolves off of his ass, there ain't nothing, dog. Nothing. Floyd was developed under Top Rank. You don't like it? Eat a fucking dick, and it ain't gonna change. It's the truth. Al don't know nothing about developing no fighters. Your claim to fame is a stable that you stole.
Right.
That's your claim to fame. You stole 200. It was either 150 or 200 fight, whatever. You don't know nothing about developing fighters, and it's very obvious because you started off great, dog. Like, if you think about this from the perspective of a business owner, dog, you got a $500 million, bro, right. And to 150 or 200 fighters, you could have shaped the future. You didn't do anything, dog. All them dudes aged like avocados. All of them. And what are you going to say? Oh, well, Gervonta Davis. Listen, Gervonta Davis at his very best is a 250,000 pay-per-view fighter, bro. He only did $1 million once. And you needed a Golden Boy fighter for that.
That's the only fighter they ever built. Everyone else they stole. Arrow got built by Golden Boy.
Yep. Wilder. All them dudes is Golden Boy fighters, bro.
The entire PBC business model was predicated on getting ready-made talent, not developing them.
That dude don't know nothing about developing no fighters. So I mean, I'm not surprised by any of it, but it's just that's another example of like, yo, dog, you could give a dude as much money as that dude started out with $500 million. You understand that? $500 million. Wildwood Reed gave that dude $500 million. How do you fuck off that much money, bro?
Overpaying Danny Garcia
by having Danny Garcia fight Ivan Redcatch.
Hey, I saw your title that said he's missing again.
Yeah,
I haven't seen
again. He's missing again because
when the fuck did they find him?
No, the shit is, because he's around. Even though he's not on camera, he's around. But as of late 2023, he went missing. He sticks his head out of the sand briefly last year because World Boxing News reported Al Heyman is back. He's going to be more involved in the shows. If it feels like there's a little bit more traction, it's because Al Heyman is back behind the scenes. But now he's missing again.
Oh, fuck that guy, bro.
Yo,
So
Jules,
it is what it is, bro.
real quick, I saw some shit on Twitter yesterday that kind of was like, what the fuck? What's this deal going on with Bam and somebody trying to slander his name?
No, somebody said that he is anti-Mexican is the short version, which was bullshit. That's what that's what it is. Some account called Bonita del Boxeo says something about him being anti-Mexican. That like it sounds made up. Like, bro, why, bro? Why? Training in the Robert Garcia gym, he's anti. Come on, dog. You know, it's just some dumb bitch looking for clicks, man. Just some dumb bitch. Anyway, on that note, I'm gonna fucking go to sleep. I'm not really going to sleep. I'm gonna go jerk off. But
you're gonna go eat more beans.
I'm gonna go eat more beans. Next episode of the Relay is already cooked up and ready to go, and we'll be back tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. I'll see y'all on the next one.
Later.
Alrighty,
All right, I'll catch you on the Relay.